Hey! Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
We are live with this lovely one shot. Oh, just noticed that the QR code is over the overlay. It's fine.
It works. It's live. It's fine. This happens.
I'm not gonna fuck around with anything right now.
No. Rafiki was the first one.
Yeah. There you go. But we are live with this charity one shot benefiting the wonderful folks at Pablove Foundation, who help fund research and programs to for the child with cancer. Cancer already sucks if you're an adult, and if a child, it's even worse. So we're happy to support them again this year. I'm super happy to be joined by this lovely chaos crew for this game. I'm sure everything is going to be fun, and we're going to be all serious and adult here, and there's not going to be any shenanigans. No. But yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, let's do it. Just like a quick round table, introduce everybody. I'm here. Go first. I'm Frank, aka Rafiki. I'm one of the founders of the channel, and that's usually where you can find me. And we can go with the order or the overlay, but like next to me is 0.
Oh, hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Zero Reynolds, aka Sir Jester. That's where you can find me everywhere online. I was found on Craigslist, and I'm very, very excited to be here because, let's face it, a free bus pass, nothing to sneeze at. So, I'm on board.
Only the best.
Perfect. And yeah.
Hi everybody, I'm Eugenio, I'm DM Jazzy Hands around the internet. I was found on OkCupid.
Oh, this is going downhill so fast.
Listen, he started it. I don't know what to tell you. Who are you next to me? Is it this way?
Yeah.
It is this way.
It's this way.
Oh Lord. I'm Tanya, Cypher here. I was found wanting in a bar because I'm wondering why I showed up for these shenanigans.
I like it.
She, her, I'm playing Vixie. And let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, I assume it's probably me next because I'm the only one left. Hi, I'm Derek. I go by Derek or Tea House. If you've been around here, you've probably seen me with Frank many times and are kind of surprised by the new Tea House name. Just recently changed stuff around, so you can find me on Twitter now at Tea House Tales. So if curious, that's where I've gone. I use they them pronouns. I'm excited for whatever chaos is about to happen, and I would probably say that I was found in a box on Frank's doorstep.
I mean, I hope it wasn't recently because it rained a lot, so sucks to be you, mate.
Unfortunately, it was recently.
It's very modern Moses of you. I dig it.
Wow. Wow.
Don't ask me how I got back from Canada so quickly.
Great Postal Service. Probably not.
Yeah.
No, not from Canada.
It's terrible.
No, fuck.
That
Shipping
would have
and
been a
receiving
longer
from,
trip.
It's, yeah. You'd be there next month.
Yeah, it might even be quicker to walk sometimes. All right. Well, does anyone have anything specific they'd like to plug before we go ahead and get into the game tonight?
Let's do it.
All right.
I will. No one else.
Yeah,
is gonna talk.
please.
Well, I mean, do you have something, Eugenio, that's coming up in a week and a half?
Yeah, but I want to play the game. I figure we can do that at the end of the night.
Fair. You know what? You got me there. Let's do that then.
You know what? Sure. I do both because I think everyone's amazing and deserves it.
I mean, look, I'm also not running the show, so if you want us to plug, we'll plug.
Up to you. Otherwise,
I've been developing an orbital orphan cannon that I call the Mach 5 Annie. I'd like to shout that out. Can we do
Perfect.
this? Excellent.
Sure.
All right. Where can we
Yeah.
buy?
There's a market for it on this place.
On Amazon, if you can find it.
That checks out. Well, all right. We'll do full plugs at the end. And for now, we'll
Yeah.
just get into whatever nightmare is ahead of us. So, as always at the beginning of my games, I like to give a content warning, even for minor themes, just in case. So I just want to give a brief content warning. There will be some general minor themes of death and confronting loss. It's nothing too heavy, but just give you a quick heads up where we're going. So, that said, let's go ahead and get into Astrophobia tonight, my friends. Give a quick intro. So, everyone, you've been here most of your lives. Your home. A city of lights and steel. People rush through the streets, waiting at crosswalks to move to their next plan, their next job, their next moment. A comforting place where, although many fight through misfortune and hardship, there's a general air of peace. After all, none of these people truly know when the void will appear once more. There's a time that you were all once young and full of energy. Heroes blessed with magic, sworn to destroy the monsters crawling out of that endless void in the sky, like whales breaching from the depths. Your understanding of what these creatures were and why they descended was small and also of little concern to you, at least at first. You simply fought them with the powers you were given, the powers you had earned. It was different for each of you, the awakening, but you were the only ones. It didn't take long for those who ran the city to catch wind of your new existence, and they needed you. Together, they connected you all as a team, and through tough battles and magical vacations and adventures. As long as you fought the beasts back to the stars, your identity stayed hidden, more or less, and you continued your lives. However, it wasn't long until that dreamlike existence came to a sudden end. One of you fell, a friend, Weaver, that you had shared laughs with not but a week ago, lost to the very things you swore to destroy. Cracks began to form, fear took hold, disputes began. Something spoke to you in dreams. Together, you remnants learned the truth. This otherworldly power came to you, granted itself to you, to save its own existence. It used you to hide, granting you its powers like a pact, and it was on the run from the very things you had been fighting. Every little trick, every transformation sequence, every silly everyday use, your power lit like a beacon, calling these things from beyond into your world. Together, you swore to never use your powers again. You could save the world by abandoning them, by distancing yourself from each other. Together, you disappeared, and together you swore to never be. And from there, your new lives began. Decades passed, living in some form of normalcy. Your power's a distant dream. You'd moved on, whether it be to a career, children, creative pursuits, anything. Your life changed. And then one day, you see it again. Flashes in the sky, the void opening, the news praising the return of their new magical protectors. Newcomers given power, history repeating. All this time, the void beyond had gone unchecked, and now with these kids appearing, your sacrifice could be for naught. Only your team can prevent this catastrophe, and a reunion has long been overdue. It didn't take long for you to contact each other. Although you all swore to distance yourselves, it was difficult to truly lose any of your old friends' numbers, so to speak. Then you'd all seen the news by this point. One group chat later, a few incoherent texts maybe, and you all knew where to be tomorrow. The Milky Way, an ice cream parlor. Got somebody. Whether you had to call out of work, pack a quick day bag, or etc., you all made your preparations and let the night pass. Then it was out into the city. Energy was high, higher than ever you'd seen these past decades. A street performer singing about magic returned, adults reminiscing over the times when they saw you. Arriving at the Milky Way, you find even a flavor named after your old team. Before, this might have thrilled you, but today it feels almost wrong in a way. Now then, I believe the first who would arrive would likely be, if I had to guess, Susan. Punctual as ever, you make your way to the Milky Way, double way, the door swinging open with the gentle chime, the old man behind the counter, seemingly looking the same as he did from back then, giving you a terse wave, recognizing you. And you find your old booth, the one that you always sat in, surprisingly open. It wouldn't be long after your arrival that your friends would begin to appear. Is there anything you'd like to do before everyone shows up? Any last minute prep?
I think I would have milkshakes waiting for them. I would have already ordered favorite flavors, which of course for Vixie is strawberry cashew, and Grungel's is kiwi and caramel, and Timothy's is chocolate.
That checks out. Yeah. Well,
So I will order all of those and have them waiting at the table, along with my half serving of a vanilla milkshake.
perfect. I love it. Got to make sure you don't have too much sugar today, right?
That's right. That's exactly right.
Well, it doesn't take long for them all to arrive, and before I say who next walks in the door, what would they see sitting at the table? Could you tell me a little bit about Susan?
Oh, yeah. Just the tin type of a Midwestern housewife. Perfect little longer than a bob. We don't want to get too wild, you know what I mean? So like just shoulder length, perfectly coiffed, this cute little like powder blue A-line dress, matching handbag, just sitting and not sipping on the milkshake.
It's for show, right?
Mhm.
Well, I assume probably next to appear would likely be Timothy. And as you walk in, you see old friends. Maybe you'd seen kind of walk through the streets every now and then, or maybe you hadn't seen Susan since that last day all those years ago. But as you walk in, you see the milkshakes ready for you, old booth prepared. What does Susan see enter through that front door?
Susan would see, how best to describe it. Imagine the bargain version of Anthony Stewart Head, and that's basically Timothy. He looks like Giles from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, who's never seen a single fashion magazine. Definitely comfort over style. Salt and pepper, bushy hair, and a bushy beard that has never seen a comb. A very worn leather satchel, looking like an academic satchel, slung over his shoulder, and an air of being perpetually distracted.
Perfect. Well, luckily, you find your friend not only there at your booth, but also with a chocolate milkshake.
Very kind of you, Susan. Thank you.
Oh, of course, Timothy. It's so good to see ya. Why, just
and
have a
you as
seat
well.
on down right here. I've got your favorite flavor just waiting for you. Yep, it's all ready for you. You know what?
Excellent
Have
memory,
I, you know,
yes.
I think I've got a comb or a brush or I have a chainsaw sort of chain that might work well for you.
Whatever for?
Never change, Timothy, never change.
Yes, quite. Thank you.
It's probably not long after you sit down and have any number of thoughts about why there's a chainsaw chain before the door
In my
once
handbag,
more.
it's fine.
Yeah, it's there. You know, you never leave home without it, right?
That's right. Foolish too.
Truly. It's not long before the door rings open one more time. A little nostalgic bell, as I would imagine the next would be Vixie.
What Susan sees is a tall, blue, sparkling dragonborn.
Oh.
She is a sapphire dragonborn, and as such, her skin and scales are a deep sapphire blue with hints of silver highlights that catch the light. And her horns are swept back and ornamented. And they're silver, a little darker with age. And right at her side, very obediently, is her faithful direwolf, Fenris.
Oh.
Brilliant. Love it. Luckily, Vixie, you have arrived just in time to see these two hashing out the initial awkwardness of having not seen each other for so long. And I totally forgot what strange milkshake flavor was awaiting for you, but it's certainly there. Strawberry
and
Strawberry cashew.
Cashew. That's right.
Whether or not that was actually what you liked, it's certainly there.
Vixie just kind of looks at it and then looks at Timothy's milkshake and then looks back at the other one. Oh, Susan, you never could remember what I like, could you?
I'm sure it was strawberry and cashew.
No. You know strawberries make me shed my scales.
Oh, that's right. I knew there was something about strawberry. You know, it's been so long. And does Fenris like cashew? Is that where I got that from?
He probably shouldn't eat those.
That's fair enough.
But he'll probably really enjoy the strawberry, provided I scoop the cashews out. And I just sit there and I actually like get a little plate and scoop out all the cashews and sit whatever this milkshake is in, and then I kind of wave and order a dark chocolate milkshake for myself.
The old man finds his way out and even brings along a small, like, kind of like soft milk bone for Fenris. Sets it kind of down, there you go, and reaches forward to pet without asking, which probably isn't the greatest. So how would he react?
He should probably roll animal handling.
I love that.
To see if Fenris bites him.
Well, I got a nat 20 for my first roll of the night.
Well, get that out of your
Thank
system
you for
now.
blowing it on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You're safe now.
Fenris actually lets him pet him and gives him a little woof in thanks.
Thankful wolf. But additionally, sets down the dark chocolate milkshake in front of you with the spiral shavings on top, and it's like, obviously he still remembers you folks through some grace of memory, and is like, I remember, don't worry, no extra. Ducks out to the back. It's probably by this point that the doors would just erupt open. The bell as Grungel, you find your way towards your friends that you have, if I had to guess, have been missing every day for the past 20, 30 years.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, Grungel is this like shy of 8 foot tall bugbear. Very beefy. Like red fur and a bit of gray because, you know, it's age. And wearing like an old dress way too small for him because they don't come in this size. And a tiara that was a gift from a friend in the past. And it, you know, he just wears it because he loves it so much. And as he like rubs him, boom! And he just run and football tackle Mom, aka Susan.
It's a tight fit to football tackle somebody currently sitting in a booth in an old ice cream parlor.
Look,
But
I think
you
the boot
do-
with me.
Thankfully, nobody had sat down next to Susan yet.
Mm-hmm.
probably expecting this on some level.
Yeah.
The whole bench on that side grinds across the old tile floor as Grungel rockets through the parlor and directly into you, Susan.
It's good to see you too, Grungel.
Hi, Mom. Hi,
Fuck.
Timothy. Hi, Vixie. I miss all of you.
You know Susan needs to breathe, right?
Oh,
It's a once in a while only.
Ice cream headache, ice cream headache.
Certainly, all of you sitting here. Firstly, Grungel, would you mind explaining just the immensity of this lad who just burst in?
oh yeah.
Just give a quick
Right.
appearance for us.
Like he's like shy of like 8 foot tall, like maybe like by a hair, just and he's when he came in the door, he was a door. It's like this like almost like 10-foot long arm because apparently bugbear have like ridiculous reach,
They do.
and he's probably too big for the boot, so he's just gonna sit on the floor and still be like at proper height with everybody.
Normal things for these
Yeah.
areas. Normal things.
Hi,
Well-
Fenris. I don't have any cookies, I'm sorry.
Well, that's all right. I got everybody milkshakes so we can have something to sip on while we, I guess, talk about, stuff.
Stuff and things.
Yeah.
Rather unfortunate circumstances in which we find ourselves gathered together once again.
I mean, I want to be real clear. It's real nice to see the three of you again. I just, sort of didn't think I ever would, and sort of, had made peace with that. So that's a whole thing to process. But I have this great therapy. Maybe here's not the time.
If Susan drops Mary Kay on us, I'm out.
No, Mary Kay's a fucking scam, though.
It is. I'm glad you finally learned that. It
Good
only
job,
took you
Susan.
20 years of us telling you not to peddle that bullshit.
We all got to start somewhere and learn, for ourselves.
Look, I told you, become a Fenty affiliate. It's much better.
Anyway.
Susan to any number of children. So what does MLM mean exactly? Luckily, Grungel, you do find yourself a kiwi and caramel milkshake on the table.
My favorite. You
remember? See, I remember. I just
Two out of
sometimes
three?
get them twisted up. I did all right.
Well, that said, assembled together once again, and in a place almost painfully nostalgic to a certain level, there is, I have to guess, a number of complicated emotions at this moment. But thankfully, you've met early enough in the morning, early enough that you probably never would have woken up at this time back then, that generally the parlor is rather empty, save for a few ears here and there that likely could care less about you on the other side of the store, leaving plenty of space to discuss whatever comes next.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt the flow of the narrative, but it looks like we just hit y'all's goal and got to make a new one. That's exciting.
Yep. I just had to
Oh my
I just had to raise that.
You all are
Hell
awesome.
yes.
Thank you so much.
It's been like 10 minutes. Wow.
I know.
Yeah, that created 3 pulls of deck of many.
Oh,
Some
God.
broken-
Y'all are incredible.
Yeah.
I will say, so I have tied this wonderful deck of many to everybody's powers. So when we begin
Oh.
bringing the powers back out for the first time in a few decades, we'll see how rusty everybody is and what sort of effect that has going forward.
Great.
Oh boy. Also, I just wanted to bring up, so I noticed that Kelly the Opera Geek donated 20 and said, I have no idea what pawns are, but make something nice happen for Tanya. I do want to mention that
Oh
the
no.
pawns donation incentive summons enemies.
I mean, they are. You might make frenemies out of them.
Oh,
Well,
oh.
it's fine. It's going great.
With friends like these, am I right?
Exactly. So,
Oh, I'm gonna give you such a hard time, Kelly, especially when the surprise arrives.
Mhm.
We love Kelly in this house.
we do. I would
Wow,
the
Kelly.
one right before that, cosmic support emboldens people. So if you'd rather do that one, we can totally. But if you want to keep the pawns, give it like 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll see how that goes.
Amazing.
Wow.
So, but anyway,
All right.
sorry, I figured that had to be said.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm just gonna text Kelly on a break and be like, thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Kelly. Oh my goodness. Well, hold on, I gotta bring myself back down from that. I saw it come through, and it was like,
Myers will
Oh,
hurt
no.
out by the end of this night.
oh, true. That's how it goes in one shots.
Once
But-
again, I'm just glad you did not notice the fact that I gave Zero and Eugenio Star
Yeah.
Jesters.
Oh, I
Oh.
noticed.
It's all coming. It's all coming.
It's stacking.
yep,
This
yep,
is going
yep,
to be.
yep.
This is going to be a very chaotic game.
Vicious show.
So, that said, get a deep breath. Oh, you all find yourself now sitting here together again. The only real question is, what next?
I do have a question.
Yes, absolutely.
Do we know the manner in which our friend passed?
Yes. Very good question, and I love to give a little bit of lore. Unfortunately, your friend passed during one of the more difficult encounters that you had had with these creatures from beyond the void, which you'd taken to calling astrolings at the time. And a particularly large one appeared almost like a whale, its mouth being prized open by thousands of different hands and arms that crawled from wherever inside. It was a momentary lapse, hubris, overconfidence, whatever led to it. The maws closed around your friend Weaver, never to open again. Although the creature was bested by you in the end, when its body faded into dust as they had always done before, there was nothing left. Very good question. So this is why I gave the minor content warning of loss.
My chocolate milkshake no longer tastes that good
Yeah.
or that chocolatey, and here we are.
Yep.
It tastes like Rice Krispies and regret.
At least you got
I
the
don't-
Rice Krispies.
Mm.
yeah.
I don't feel so good, Timothy.
Oh,
Oh, bless you, Cypher. Wow.
oh, my heart and soul. Oh,
Everything's going dark. I don't feel good, Mr. Stark. Oh no, there goes the Spider-Man.
oh no. Also,
You-
Rice
you guys
Krispies
just-
and regret is just my autobiography.
I love the fact that Eugenio literally disappeared.
Yep. Just fade it out.
Like, nope, I'm good. Bye.
This is a perfect time for any historical questions related to your previous adventures.
Well, so just to be clear
Yes.
right now, so we are
Absolutely.
gathered because there are new kids who have powers. and
Exactly.
We want to stop them from using them because that calls the bad guys.
Exactly.
Are they are there already bad guys here and that's why they have the powers now?
At the moment, there's currently nice peaceful
know.
city, but
Okay.
at least previously yesterday, they did descend. There were creatures once again coming back. Thankfully, they seemed relatively light, though from your experience,
Right.
you could make a guess that could have just been a scouting party. They have more structure, and the longer you fought them, the more structured they became.
Got it.
So it's hard to say whether or not they've reset and this new team is going to find themselves going through the exact sort of events that you did, whether or not this is just a test of the waters by whatever is behind those rifts.
Question: as
Yes.
big, magical, beautiful, magical girl that we are, do we have ways to find other with similar power, or do we have to like use our access to technology, which for me is a flip phone, and to try to find somebody?
You've never been able to just find each other with your powers before. Luckily, they are not the most subtle things.
I can relate to that.
So there could be a number of ways to attract somebody of a similar power. Potentially causing a bit of a ruckus could do so. But there is no immediate innate way to be like 15 kilometers to the north.
Okay.
Got it.
No built-in radar, unfortunately.
And we don't have a equivalent of a bat signal for that either. So
No.
okay.
But you do have a really bad flip phone with the search engine Fling on it, which whatever you think you could do with that might get you somewhere.
I mean, if all we have to go on is the most recent incursion, then that seems like a good enough place to start. You know, maybe somebody there saw the new team. They can at least give us a description. We can make flyers. Maybe not.
Do we have time to make flyers?
Oh, I'm very quick at it.
It's like
Lots
the
of
printing place
practice.
open on the weekend.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
I don't
all right.
have a
Maybe no
printer at home.
flyers. Maybe no flyers.
And Vixie's just kind of not so subtly looking at the dire wolf that is next to them, like he can't go seek people out.
Well, but we don't know who we're looking for. I mean, we don't know any. I mean, yeah, certainly he can, but can he do it without us knowing exactly anything at all about who we're looking for?
Well, he is a specially trained dire wolf.
Oh, I see. Oh.
He can seek out those using powers, those creatures should they show up again. He is trained to detect them.
Oh, well, that seems useful.
He's the
I would
goodest
hope
boy.
so. He is the goodest boy. And his friend Scotty helps him.
Well, Fenris sniff at the site of the last attack, at least for a start. And then I'm certain that these kids, once we explain to them what they're doing and what's happening, they'll be very willing to make the same heart-wrenching, life-altering pact that we did.
Yeah, I mean,
Most teenagers are willing to do that.
yeah, they're all very reasonable people.
Whereabouts was the most recent activity?
Thankfully, not too far from here. Local
That's
mall.
good.
Specifically,
It's always the fucking.
Yeah,
it's
it's
always the
always
fucking
the
mall.
mall.
It's
Always
always
the
the mall.
always the mall.
I don't let my kids go to the mall. We know what happens there.
They cancel Orange Julius and everyone loses their
And-
minds. It's always the mall.
Oh my
What's
god.
the mall?
I want an Orange Julius.
Right?
Vixie's
So
like a
let's-
forest dragon. She's like, what's a mall?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
it's what we'll explain it all. It's very complex, and it depends on like, are we talking historically or like modern day? Sort of the purpose of the central town. You know what? None of this matters. Let's go to the mall.
It's a fetid temple to consumerism. That's all you need to know. It's a
Correct.
terrible
It's
place.
not bad, Timothy. Actually, yeah, I'm going to use the ad. My explanation usually takes at least 45 minutes.
They pray to the god Sparrow there.
Oh, Samaris.
Sparrow.
Oh my god. I love it. That is almost one for one how I would explain a mall to somebody who's never heard of it. It's a fetid temple of consumerism.
Yeah.
But they got Sbarro.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Luckily, time passes so quickly in one shots that your milkshakes are gone before you know it.
It's not
You're
because I
able-
ate them all.
Right.
Potentially, Luckily, not the glasses this time. That stopped a few decades back.
Only happened once in our game.
Thankfully, it is a relatively short walk through, like I mentioned before, though this word will have come up so many times already, very nostalgic scenery. It's sure you've been here every now and then since, but together it's different. And also somehow hollow without Weaver by your side. But it's thankfully enough of stuff happening around you to keep your mind elsewhere. As I had mentioned before, there's a certain energy, a certain excitement that hadn't been seen in these areas since you all disappeared. People are always looking for something. And even though the creature stopped disappearing in the wake of your disappearance, it also took a certain hope with it that you now see and understand a little more now that this energy has returned again. But thankfully, the nearest entrance opens before you, leading to the largest arcade in town. A place that probably Susan, your kids, always ask to go, and you're like, mm-mm.
No, it's dangerous in there, and also nobody carries quarters anymore.
It's true. Luckily, though, you now see that since your days, the arcade has shifted from quarters to cards, which seems
Ugh.
horrid to you.
Terrible things happen there, and I can't keep up with technology.
But it doesn't take long to find a portion of the mall. It's almost the entirety of its steel roof above, shattered down shards of glass, and a section cordoned off for repairs and investigation. It's the same that you had always seen before. And you know that those investigating behind are just suits, probably making sure that everything goes well with this new team, these newcomers, as they once did for you so long ago. What emotions that leaves you with is up to you.
Is there any obvious sign of where the fight was? I imagine there must be.
So that absolutely.
As I asked the question, I was like, wait,
So
it's a
aside-
magical girl fight.
Yes.
Of course
Yes.
there is.
Aside from the entirely bent and caved in roof above,
Yeah.
there are a number of, for lack of a better term, scorch marks
Okay.
across different portions of the mall around you in this section. Though scorch is strong, as some of them are brightly pink colored, others
Okay.
appear to be in the shape of a happy cat face. Obviously, at least a couple of these people are pretty bubbly and pretty brazen with their new powers.
Love it.
It seems to have carved the word uwu into the side of that building.
The monsters.
Canon.
Oh no, not Uwu.
I guess. Well, if they use the same powers that we use, maybe if we give Fenris sort of the scent of our power, he can find, where there might be traces of their power. Does it work like that, Fenris? Can Fenris talk?
You know what? If it's magical girl, yes, Fenris can talk.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, I don't think Susan is actually expecting an answer when she asks that question of Fenris, to be fair.
And what did she ask Fenris again?
Does that work that way? Do you think you could find him with our sniffing out our magic?
Of course.
Ah!
Such a violent reaction.
Fix it.
I'm imagining it kicks off a chain too. Like
Oh,
Susan
yeah.
screams, Timothy, ah!
The people behind the cordoned off ropes in the back.
Yeah.
Why are we screaming?
And Fenris is just
Dixie.
sitting there like looking at me and then looking at you going, what's wrong with them?
Trixie,
Yes.
I understand that we all have magical powers, but did you know your dog talks?
Yes, we talk all the time. He's not a dog, he's a dire wolf.
Sorry. Direwolf. Okay, I just need a minute. Okay. Whew. It's been so long, and I tried so hard to be so normal for so long, and this is just a lot coming back all at once! Okay.
And I just kind of put my hands on Susan's shoulders. Breathe. Deep breath. Do you need a snack? Do you need water?
Nope.
Do you need a
And
hug?
she reaches into her handbag and pulls out what looks like a Capri Sun, but is absolutely very obviously branded as a little pouch of rosé wine. She just says, "Give me a second. Just give me a second." Okay.
Heart monitor on your smartwatch. Beep, 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 just blood pressure going up. Oh. Well, I have just discovered something awful that I could do. Which is,
Of course.
now that I think about it, there might be a way for the use of pawns to help you out after all.
Oh,
God.
no.
After all, the easiest way to find somebody with powers like yours who thinks themselves a hero is to make a mess. And thankfully, as if on cue, a great rift begins to tear up exactly where it did yesterday, high above them all, and this great spider-like leg slams down through the hole that you stand not 15 feet from. Not so much scouts anymore, as this
Oh,
creature crawls and moves its way out, the legs cracking as it forms. What appears to be almost like a nautilus, the creature, its shell pushing just out of this weird astral rift above you, one great eye set into the side of it where its spiral finishes, just and where its mouth is just this mess, this conglomeration of tangled insectoid-like legs that seem to crawl down and make its way into the hole below. Thankfully alone at the moment, but nonetheless disturbing. You had seen ones of these kind before. Unfortunately, you had seen one of these kinds before much later in your fight against them.
Well, you're in trouble.
oh boy.
Well,
Do
you're
we
in
have an
trouble.
Inquisitor? I mean, we get a rift here. Do we have an Inquisitor?
No.
It'd be nice.
Close it.
Do have one on speed dial.
Oh
Bronze
boy.
is on a side
Well,
quest.
well, upside, this will probably bring them here. Downside, we can't kill it until they get here. So I guess we just get to play.
Don't die.
Oh, we're not gonna die. We owe it.
Well, I can see the writing on the wall, and I'm sure so can all of you. So let's roll some quick initiative, shall we?
Right.
Oh boy.
Oh boy,
Oh,
indeed.
that's good.
That's all right.
Oh, that was an 18.
I roll zeros dice, so that's a total of 20.
Okay.
Did roll well. I got a 17 for Susan.
Okay.
And Fenris will go on my initiative.
Perfect.
9.
Yeah.
Well-
all right. Well.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, because my brain can never keep initiative rolls straight while I'm rolling ones for enemies as well, I'm just going to run through the list real quick here in a second.
Great.
Too. Perfect. Okay. So, let's see. 25 to 20. I know I heard a 20 in there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Big board
Ah,
rumble.
Grungel. Wow. Wow. All right, Rafiki. Okay, so let's do 20 to 15.
Here, 18.
18.
17 for Susan.
Perfect. Then I know, Zero, you got a 9. And it looks like our new friend here, you know, the wonderful friend that Kelly sent our way,
Mhm.
is at a 10. So
Okay. Well,
not terrible.
no.
Okay.
I'm gonna
quick-
remember this shit.
Quick question.
Absolutely.
Before we're actually in combat, can I use Summon Beast as a bonus action?
Sure.
All right, because I, as a Dragonborn Ranger, get a Drake I can summon, and it is with me.
Okay.
Well, the
So-
spirit of a drake, apparently, if I'm reading this right.
It's interesting to find yourself using these powers again. There's a certain disconnect, and now we're going to get to mess around with the deck of many things here in a moment. But before then, it strikes you. Maybe it had before. Maybe you always knew a little bit, but seeing that rift in front of you open now, and then summoning your companion, it's interesting to see how similar the two of them look as the Drake steps out of another tear in the very reality before you. By your side, spectral, almost linked together like a constellation. Okay. So, I also want to call out for everybody that we have had a few donations for cosmic support. So basically,
Ooh.
this is a fun one. So this is technically DM discretion, but because nothing terrible has happened yet, cosmic support basically is going to empower you. So I want everyone who has one to know they have one. And if you ever want to make a case for, but can I do this because I have this? Then feel free.
Okay.
Right now, Susan and Timothy has one.
Susan and Timothy, you both have one. So if
Great.
you want to get away with something that maybe you shouldn't, let me know, and I might let you get away with it because of
Okay.
it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this rolling. Grungel, as this thing leers down, kind of turning its shell, almost bending, this big eye, just searching the entirety of the mall before you, before locking directly on all of you. Maybe a coincidence, maybe familiarity. It's your turn.
All right, so I'm gonna do my magical raging transformation. I'm gonna pull a bag of glitter,
Sure.
toss it in the air, twirl around, probably get some in my eye, which will enrage me. It's gonna be on my fur for like months now. And as I'm raging, I'm just gonna go and run towards it with my maul and get its attention by smashing it.
That's one way to get something's attention for sure.
Look, Grungel is not a discreet person. Even though he's
So-
proficient in stealth.
Grungel, did you show up today wearing your dress and tiara that you love so much?
Yes.
Perfect. So Grungel, as you throw the glitter into the air and do your pirouette for your transformation sequence, everyone sees you begin to glow with power once again after so long. And as it fades, creating your new uniform, it disappears, and you are in the exact same clothing, and nothing has changed at all, but you're screaming now.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's a mood.
Yeah.
Isn't it though? So, you are rushing forward to
Yeah.
get its attention by beating the ever-loving crap out of it.
Yeah.
Please, let me know. Roll to hit. How you go?
So, you know what? Let's go all in to begin with, right?
Why not?
I think I have like, do I have multi attack as a level? What we are 8 barbarian? I
Level
think
8?
so.
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna do my attack reckless, cause why not? So first attack is 28 to it.
Yes. Yes, Frank. 28 hits.
And the other one is a 26. I'm assuming both will hit.
Very much.
All right. Look, it's like a belt of giant kind. It helps like with big, strong boy.
Yeah, it does. That's the sound of me going, oh no.
Yeah. So 9 plus 7 on the first damage plus rage damage, which is like plus 2 or 3. I don't know.
Plus 7. I think for you right now it's 3. I'll
So-
go with that.
All right, so 17 damage on the first round attack.
Yeah.
17 damage. Well done.
And second attack is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plus 3. 12 plus 3 is 17. Yeah, I think
12 plus 3 is 15.
15. I swear I can do math.
It's okay. This is why people like me as a DM. I was a math tutor.
Yeah. But yeah.
Okay. So, Grungel, you grabbed your maul, screaming, running forward in front of everyone. That previous excited, almost like puppy himbo energy just replaced with pure thing in front of me. I don't want it there. And
Yeah.
you'll probably get your way as you step forward, grinding your heel into the hard floor below you and just overhand swinging. It slams, narrowly missing the eye of this creature, and this cracks just begin to spread across its shell already.
Yeah.
That said, I don't think you have a Star Jester, do you?
No, I don't. I mean, Grungel
Go
only has
ahead.
4 mood. It's like angry, happy, sleepy, hungry.
I thought you were going to say angry again. I'm going to be entirely honest.
I mean, there's also hangry, which is a mix of both.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, we do have a Star Jester just waiting for whoever rolls the highest on a D20. So go ahead and roll a D20, and we'll see what happens here. If everyone could do that for me.
Well, no, did we? I think we all Star Jester were given to.
Oh no! I rolled a natural 20.
Well, that gives you 2 Star Jesters then.
Oh no!
Because I gave you one and I got
One?
a 19.
Oh, I bet you are so proud of yourself right now.
Oh
Well, we will see you on your turn, Susan.
no! Uh-huh.
Well,
I'm... Okay.
There
And
is a bit of a
Susan.
flicker, Grungel, as you settle back in your new powers, but they seem to take to you. Maybe it's because your powers aren't terribly different than what you do in a normal day. Could help, but you seem to be safe, at least for the moment. So up next in initiative, if I remember correctly, is Vixie with Susan on deck. Pardon the time.
All right. So Vixie has a lovely bow that is ridiculously powered. She's gonna try to shoot this thing, and I believe I get 2 attacks.
Yes.
And I put these dice in this thing, and that was a bad mistake.
Now you have to get him out.
Yes, I do. One is an 18 and one is a 14.
Perfect. Okay. So 18 hits. The 14, however, that arrow kind of finds its way along the outside of the shell and just glances off of it. That first
Okay.
one finds its mark, probably square in one of these new cracks that Grungel just smashed open for you.
All right. And it is a blazing bowstring.
Ooh.
So, I get to roll a d8 and a d10, and the d10 is the fire damage. So I find a d10. So regular damage is an 11, and fire damage is 6.
6. Perfect.
Fancy dice are hard to read, y'all.
I understand that. As the arrow just kind of makes its way into the shell, you see this like inferno spread along those newly formed cracks. Feels good to be back.
It does. And now Fenris is going to do 2 bite attacks.
Mount.
Hopefully he can get through that shell.
Crunch on that shell.
Ah,
He's probably found himself some crabs every now and then.
one of them is a 24, the other is an 18.
Yes to both.
And a bite attack, I believe, is a d6.
I think so.
I believe so, yes.
Oh, he did not do as much damage. He bit it, but he might be regretting life. That's a total of 8 bite damage.
8 bite damage. The teeth find their mark and sink in, but it's a thick shell. He's kind of just holding on as it releases this odd groaning song and swings about just from its shell.
Yep. But he got his licks in. He
Got him in. Every bit helps, right?
Yeah, and my Drake is gonna hold its action for now.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, you have so much on your turn. I love it. Okay, Susan, it is your go, and the Nautilus is on deck.
Oh dear. All right. So Susan's gonna start running to the, as best she can, to the opposite side. How big is this thing?
This thing is honestly pretty sizable.
Okay.
I would say its core shell is probably 20 feet in height. Its legs
Okay.
are currently bent in like an almost spider-like fashion, but at full extension, each one is probably close to 30 feet. This thing is not small.
Okay. So we're gonna sort of go in an arc to try and stay away. But we're gonna go the opposite, like away from Grungel and Dixie and Timothy, to sort of try and get a little bit on another side of it. And is there, I don't know, what's the nearest mall cart?
We're gonna say, have you ever, you go to a mall and they have like those really bad like watch carts, like those watch stands in the middle of the walkways. There's like tons of them, and they're like, why? There's one of those. Luckily, the person that runs it is not here, as half of it was probably destroyed yesterday.
Oh, how very sad for it. Well, here goes the rest of it. So as she's running, Susan is reaching into her handbag and pulls out a tube of lipstick that she opens up and twists out. And it's like, it is not her style. It is jet black. And she puts it up to her face, and instead of putting it on her lips, just like smears a strip under each eye. And as she does, the black lipstick sort of spreads and turns her whole outfit black as she reaches behind her and sort of pulls a bow out of nowhere. But that's not what she uses, because she then uses her ring of telekinesis to throw the remains of the watch cart at the creature to try and get its attention.
Well, I love that.
Pick on me. I'm not your size either.
You better swatch yourself.
That's
Oh my
You
god.
better swatch yourself. No, it doesn't. It's not. It's better when you say it, Timothy.
Incredible. Well, the moment we've all been waiting for, as that transformation sequence ends, some confidence that you haven't felt in a while, a different brand of Susan arrows, returns that feels good until it doesn't.
Oh no.
There's a certain flicker, a certain sensation that you had only felt long ago when you first started. And we're gonna have to do a quick pick on the deck of many. So please roll a d20 for me. Now I will say I have curated it ever so slightly. So instant death is unlikely.
Unlikely. We like unlikely. It's a 15.
Okay, let's see.
Okay. I wish I knew where mine was.
If it's the void, we just have a new one shot to have now.
This existential dread brought to you by the Pablove Foundation. The Pablove Foundation.
Okay. There is a switch, a change. Something clicks as you use your power. It manifests in you as a way to affect the world. The power to achieve your own goals and change things. However, sometimes when it misfires, it can have unintended consequences. Unfortunately, your closest bestie that you love to get coffee with on the weekend has suddenly found some reason deep inside of her heart to despise you so fervently.
Jenny!
And you feel that change, and you know that Jenny has just blocked you on Facebook.
Well, shit.
I don't know why I love just that card in general. Oh no!
Well, hail.
Well, thankfully though, you're not dead. Welcome back.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so glad.
And from there, shrug off whatever frustration there might be, and lift up an entire watch stand. And with all of you're very angry now.
This is for Jenny!
Hurl it, spinning like a knife through the sky
Watches
towards the
flying
screen.
everywhere.
Exactly. It's so shiny in here all of a sudden. Oh my gosh. Let me bring up the ring of telekinesis because I totally forgot if it has base damage in.
It doesn't. I can, let's see, object. I'm moving an object that weighs up to 1,000 pounds, up to 30 feet in any direction, not beyond the range of the spell.
We'll say this weighs a solid 60. Roll a...
Right.
Yeah. Let's say, roll like a ranged weapon attack.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm quite, well,
You're good
okay, it's not a, yeah, but it's not a bow, so we're gonna go with a different button that is this button.
Too many buttons.
It's a lot of, oh, that's a 12. Well, shit.
I can just see like Grungel just
Unfortunately-
watching you take fly.
Yeah, it was in my, wait, oh, what's the voice? Don't you know? It was in my way, it's fine.
Unfortunately, it spins through the air and collides against one of its many legs, where you find they're much sharper than you previously remembered, as the cart just goes and just shears down the middle, falling to the side, scattering watches throughout the air.
Look out, I was a test. I just wanted to, just be careful, all right? It's very sharp.
Very, very sharp. Unfortunately, that same strange feeling in your head pulses, and we have one more pull to do for you, my friend. Believe you were my 2, right? Yes.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Give me one more d20 and let's see how this goes. Prepare yourself.
It's a 13 this time. Couldn't I have rolled
13?
that? It's fine.
Wow.
Oh, well.
We take those.
Okay.
My favorite thing about the deck of many is everyone is so nervous until it happens. So, thankfully, I will tell you this is a good one.
Okay.
Were you considering any magic items that you didn't take for this one shot? Any third options that you left by the wayside?
Of any sort?
Of any sort.
Oh, goodness. I mean, I had a list. Yeah, I can go find it.
While we move to someone else's next turn, why don't you let me know what your third choice was, as you feel emboldened by the loss of Jenny, and your purse grows a little heavier today.
Oh, all right. God, there's already so much in here. How did something else appear? All right.
Just pulls out a sword. What?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, great.
Well, honestly, not terrible. Not terrible.
No, I'm okay with that. I mean, I missed, but that's okay.
It is now, unfortunately, this creature's turn, and on deck is Timothy, or Sage. So, probably, if I had to guess, it's going to turn towards you specifically, Grungel, considering you are standing there just wailing into it with a maw. It kind of has to deal with you first.
It's hard. It's not that much bigger than I'm. It's about like 3 Grungel, so it's good.
It's... sounds like a currency. I'll give you 3 Grungel for it. So, that said, it's going to lift up 2 of its great legs and just start stabbing into the space you're currently standing.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Thankfully,
advantage.
it's a little... Oh, it does!
Yeah, because I
have
went
advantage.
reckless.
You just reminded me of something. Actually, Susan, you ran around to the other side. You're technically flanking. Why don't you give me that roll again? Because it should have been an advantage. Let's see if that watch cart does a little bit of damage after it gets cut in half.
All right.
Just dawned on me. Thank you, Rafiki.
No.
Got it.
I'm gonna go back to searching for magic weapons.
Okay.
Now.
All right, Rafiki. So it has advantage. So
Yep.
that is that's a 13 for the first roll.
That misses.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's got to miss, right? It's a really bad roll. And a 17 on the second.
Yeah, that hits a little bit.
All right. So the rest of you watch as a great wow. Okay, that natural 20 to pet the wolf is really gonna be the best I got tonight. As one of the great legs slams down and pierces Grungel, luckily through his shoulder, but it does begin to lift him into the air. Grungel, you are currently grappled and take only 6 points of bludgeoning damage
Which
because
is
I rolled a
F,
1
because
on
I'm
all of my
raging.
dice. So 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
I didn't know I
But
could
you are
fly.
currently grappled. Perfect. That is. Oh, because it's grappling you, it does get to do one more extra thing.
Oh
So,
boy.
could you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, yeah.
Probably pretty good
Sure.
for you. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, it's pretty
Look, go
decent.
roll.
I can't save. That's at 18.
18. You definitely succeed that. You feel that same song that all of these creatures have hummed for so long, this almost distant wailing, like the sound of something far under the waves, but right in front of you. It vibrates along the leg that holds you in the air and begins to resonate with your body. Luckily, you have no idea what any of that means, and so you just kind of sit there and scream at it as it skewers you and grab onto its leg, so it doesn't seem to affect you.
Okay.
That said, Sage, Timothy, it's now your turn.
Is there a way for me to move in a position where everyone is within 30 feet of me?
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent.
It
All
will
right,
put you close-ish to the creature, but not
Mhm.
too close.
That's fine. Timothy, the emphasis was on the wrong syllable. Sorry about that. Timothy is going to move into that position, so where everyone's within 30 feet. He pulls out a pocket watch, and as anyone watches, and the hands on the face of the watch begin to turn rapidly, it's like a transition effect on him, where the hand would pass, it's revealing instead of those shabby, the bad clothes.
Bad close.
He's wearing Art Deco robes, and there is a glowing clock face behind him. And I will cast Aid on everyone. Your current hit total point and your maximum hit total point goes up by 5 for the next 8 hours.
Yeah.
By 5.
Helpful. That assume that will last for the rest of the one shot. I do not see 8 hours passing, so just keep that in mind.
And that is my turn.
Perfect. Okay.
Cool.
So as we loop around back to the beginning, Grungel, you get ready to probably beat the ever-loving hell out of the leg that's currently pierced into you. But before you get the chance, you hear what sounds like bickering, laughing, something, voices from above. The rift by this point has thankfully closed, at least that one. There could be more, but you're unsure. However, a number of streams of light begin to appear above the wall, currently descending towards you. Thankfully, they're a lot more colorful than these creatures usually are. Bit of a rainbow theme, a bit of a different aesthetic than the dark purples and blues that usually accommodate and follow in the wake of these creatures. And with no regard for collateral damage, through the roof, the glass explodes. These figures descend. It takes you a moment to get your bearings, but there are 4 new individuals who have joined you in this fight.
Oh.
Thankfully, they don't seem immediately aggressive towards you, but are definitely confused why somebody
Give it
else
a
is
minute.
fighting. Yeah, exactly. Give it a minute. Unfortunately, they're very confused at why somebody else is already here.
We're
You
just
take a
more
moment.
fabulous.
Get the true. You are looking particularly fabulous as you scream at this giant leg. The 4 that joined you are interesting, not unlike yourself, but also very different. Of course, the powers seem to have manifested for them separately. One appears to be almost like a pastry chef spinning a wand around and wearing like a big poofy hat. Another seems to almost have the appearance of, honestly, reminiscent of Grungel, sort of a Frankenstein's monster sort of look with bolts out of the side of the head, a giant hammer just screaming. One seems to be trying to keep them in order. It's very reminiscent, I would probably assume, of Vixie back in the day, trying to keep everybody at least somewhat sane. Shh, good boy. I have a dog on my feet. And finally, a very eager and hot-headed looking individual surrounded by, at the moment, fire. And as they descend and look very confused, that's where we're going to open up with Grungel's turn.
All right. So this creature just essentially like brought me closer to the splash zone.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Grungel's a simple being, right? And I cannot be flying king if I'm grapple, can I?
I think theoretically you can, yes. But I think, if I remember correctly, melee attacks against a creature that's grappling you are at disadvantage, so I think it levels out.
Okay.
But let me double check. 5e has so many conditions, I don't remember all of them.
I barely ever play 5e anymore. It's
Me too. It's like once in a blue moon. Let's see. So you can attempt to escape by doing a athletics or acrobatics check.
okay.
And
Could I
yeah, you're considered restrained. Yes.
use the power of my alchemy jug?
Oh, no.
There are many things I can do to
Uh-huh.
grease myself up to probably slippery and escape.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there's either a quart of oil or 2 gallons of mayonnaise. Which,
We're about to have a bugbear in a dress covered in mayonnaise, aren't we, Rafiki?
a quart is not gonna cover him enough.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could just toss vinegar at this creature.
Yeah.
These are all true.
These are all true. You are stating factual things at the moment. So what feels right in your heart of grungly heart?
Well, as Grungel, the mayonnaise feels, kind of right and wrong at the same time. But I know that a lot of people would be very disappointed in me, especially Mom. So I will try to use the vinegar as a bug spray.
Good. Sure.
Just essentially, take the jug out of above my head and shake it, and spray the creature with vinegar, with hope that with the bug spray it will let me drown.
Let you go? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to make a Constitution saving throw for this thing, and if it succeeds, it will keep you and just be a little messed up. If it fails, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's blinded and probably drops you.
Look, I took the alchemy jug because I know a shit show can happen with that. So
It's natural 20. So
oh,
the vinegar cascades across this thing's entire, just as it brings you close, just this weird crackling sound coming from it. You just start furiously splashing it with vinegar. Unfortunately, as the vinegar splashes across its shell, it seems to almost go over its eye as if it has a protective lens across it.
all right.
Didn't used to have that.
All right. I just started a pickling process, so it's good.
Yeah, true. Give it a little while. It might be. If they left any corpse behind, it would make a great meal.
Yeah. I think that would be my action to shake the vinegar. So
Yeah,
I will just continue to scream and rage.
I love it. Okay. The rest of you watch Grungel furiously spray this thing down with brine, essentially. And from there, we're going to go ahead and move to Vixie's turn.
Is vinegar flammable?
Is vinegar
That's
flammable?
a really good... I don't think so. I have
Alright.
to Google that. Here
I
we
don't
go.
believe so. It's acetic acid, which is not
I
particularly
mean,
flammable.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, I'm
Mm.
flammable, but no, vinegar's not flammable.
No, it
Well, I'm
has
not
a
trying to
high
burn
content
you.
of water.
Right. So you're safe.
Should have gone with
No.
the mayonnaise. That's for sure not flammable.
I was gonna try a thing, but if it's not flammable, I'm not gonna worry about it. But because I'm a dragon, I do have a breath weapon of thunder.
Ooh, vinegar does have a lot of water content, so it is conductive.
I feel like
Yeah.
we've learned a lot today. This is a special moment. Thank you so much for having me.
This is a wonderfully special moment. The more you know.
All right. I can replace one or both attacks with a breath weapon attack of thunder. The creature must make a dex save. It's a very
Perfect.
low it's a low DC though, so it'll probably make it, but it still takes damage even on a fail.
Considering it's covered in vinegar, I'm gonna go ahead and roll at disadvantage. Let's see, dex save, if I can press the right button and not randomly open the file browser for no reason. So that's an 11 and 4.
Oh, that was actually a fail. It was only a 12 that you needed.
Ooh, both were fails. Okay.
All right, 2d10
Full
thunder
damage.
damage coming your way.
Oh, the vinegar was helpful after all, Grungel.
Wow. Okay, I'm like, where's my d10?
Well, we're talking about something that's, basically seafood. Vinegar is always
Yeah.
helpful.
Exactly.
True. That's true.
It's gonna be a great dip.
It is.
Oh my god, why?
I'm Canadian. I like vinegar on anything. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, if it's malt vinegar, just bring
Yeah.
me some chips and fish.
There we
Oh,
go.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I hate this because out of 2d10, it was only 12 damage.
Oh.
But
Darn.
that is only one attack. I still have another attack.
Ooh, and 12's higher than average. It's not terrible.
True. But my other attack is going to be with my bow.
Perfect.
That is a 19.
19 definitely hits.
All right, this is just going to be a regular bow attack. I'm not going to use any of my fire unless we need it. That's so much better. That is the max I can get, which is 11.
11. Okay.
And now Fenris is going to take bite attacks.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just
that
this
is-
absolute mess of lightning and arrows and dogs just descend upon the creature this turn.
and my Drake will attack this turn as well.
Brilliant. And it smells awful like vinegar.
Only one of those hit. That was a 24. Fenris
24
is like
definitely hits.
snack. And that is 8 points for Fenris. And I need to scroll down and see what my Drake does.
What?
Uh,
This thing is covered in vinegar and cracks and whatever strange liquid constitutes as its own blood. It's definitely not feeling very good.
All right. I get 2 infused strikes because since I can see this thing is within 30 feet. It's going to add 1d6 acid damage to both Fenris and mine successful attack.
Ooh.
That is 8 points of acid damage total.
Ooh. Okay. As it's very obviously starting to go, okay. And it's a bit strange. They've always had some intelligence to them, especially growing the longer you fought against them. But now you can see this sort of like, oh, this isn't going well recognition in this thing's massive eye as it begins to dart around, not only towards everyone here, but also the newcomers that just touched down into the maw. But before it can take action upon whatever fears it might be having, the fire hits, it flicks its eye towards you just in time for the final strike to hit it, acid seeping in through the cracks and beginning to melt it from the inside before it disappears into dust like so many other creatures have before.
So I just fall from the sky.
Yep. Probably on top of a bed of watches, unfortunately. Not the most comfortable.
Oh.
You okay over there?
Oh.
I
Ooh,
think
sorry.
so.
I didn't really think through the consequences of that after the fact. Sorry.
I'm just gonna like roll in, like pull out like watch from like all the nooks and cranny that it should not be.
How hurt is Grungel?
Oh, Grungel is like very fine. Grungel is still like at
Yeah.
technically 98 point plus the 5 that Timothy gave me.
Oh,
Oh
no,
my
I've got cure
God.
wounds.
Like I only took 3 damage total, plus whatever
Okay,
from
no.
my fall. I don't know if I took from fall.
I'm gonna say no.
All right.
I'm not that cruel yet.
You took psychic damage from all the counterfeit Rolexes. Sorry.
Though I believe it did occasionally, and only occasionally, slip my mind that Timothy,
What?
as you find yourself now relaxing here, like, oh, it's dead, great. Your powers find that moment of relief and begin to flicker, much like Susan's. Could you give me a d20?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Eh.
12.
12. I am blown away. So because it's a one shot, we'll limit what you can get away with this.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, boy.
God.
But I will, this is one that I decided to leave in because of the nature of being a one shot. I'm going to give you one, albeit limited, use of wish.
Oh, it feels good. It feels good.
It
feels real good.
Oh, goodness gracious. That was one that before game I was like, I should take this out. I'll just make it like a little limit. No one's gonna roll it.
Totally.
What could go wrong? Here we are.
Never
Well.
ask that question as a DM.
Yeah.
I've never learned I think I've said that probably like half a dozen times in the past year alone, and I still keep saying it. Regardless, there is a bit of silence now as you all find yourself amongst the currently disintegrating corpse of what was once a great Nautilus from beyond the void, beyond the veil. What do you all find yourself doing now, surrounded by 4 incredibly confused teenagers with powers and probably a lot of stupidity in their heads?
So, important question.
Yes.
Are they color coordinated?
Oh God, yeah.
So they're the Power Rangers.
They're
Yeah.
You all are already fighting the Nautilus things? Ooh, we got here just in time.
There's I'm sorry, the accent gets me every time.
What accent?
There's a general mix of emotions that you get from the 4 of them. The one that had surrounded themselves by fire kind of fades. You see him kind of step forward, torn jeans, t-shirt. Your daughter's brought home a guy like this before, and you're like, oh no. And he's like, we had this under control. Like, oh yeah. You know the immediate kind of person this is. However, as he's like frustrated immediately, like, this was our thing. This is what we do. He gets stopped in his tracks by another individual wearing what appears to be like a really glimmery, shiny suit of armor, who sticks her hand out and goes, do I know you? Yeah, and there's this moment as the armor kind of disappears and you see like backpack over one arm that has a number of charms hanging from it that all look a lot like you used to.
Oh. How many of them? Wait a minute, hold on. How many of them are there? Oh, that makes me sad.
Ooh. That merchandise was never licensed.
And Fenris just actually like kicks you. Hush.
Yeah,
it's a nice bag you got there.
Thanks. No, you please. First,
Uh, listen, we have a lot to talk about. How do you all feel about milkshakes?
I feel pretty good. Lactose intolerant, actually, says ironically the pastry chef individual.
Don't you worry, one bee. I starts digging in her bag. I got plenty of lactate. I don't leave home without it.
Thank you, and kind of like rushes forward and also drops the disguise, kind of in like a ratty hoodie. Generally, as these transformations drop, you see they're literally just some kids.
Oh, right. Sorry. And she wipes the lipstick off of her cheeks and is back in the cute blue A-line.
Little smudgy, but you bring makeup wipes everywhere you go.
Right. That's right.
Never once without
just I need to repowder. Give me 5 to 25 minutes.
And meanwhile, I'm dressed like I always dress because Vixie was just like, I already look magical. Why do I need to do this?
Why change it? Yeah.
And the best I can do is try to shake off the glitter, but the glitter's never gonna go away.
No, never.
No.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure you probably have glitter from 30 years ago still down there somewhere.
Oh no, no glitter, no.
Timothy will
sparkly.
Timothy will snap his watch close, and suddenly he's frumpy, the Anthony Stewart head you buy on Wish again.
Wish.
All right,
Ironic that you would say that.
Surely there's a nice ice cream parlor somewhere nearby. Or we could go back to the Milky Way, I suppose.
Yeah, we go. You go to the Milky Way?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Why not?
Well, I am just, it's a bit of a drive, and we did just fight it's bad. It's worse than we thought. They're sort of way further along. I'm sorry. I'm talking about you kids like you're not here. What is it that they say these days? It's the QLFR is that we are you, but before you.
The cauliflower, says the one that was just on fire briefly.
What now? What?
QLF cauliflower? What is that?
It's a vegetable and rather rich in iron and.
Okay.
Sorry.
We've lost
well, no. I mean, I don't really
good.
know much about cauliflower, so I guess we could talk about that. I'm sorry. I'm confused.
Yeah.
You're not the only one.
Yeah, I was the one who started the conversation, and I've lost the thread, to be honest. So, you have. Oh no! Yeah, what?
There's a ramen joint just down that hall over there. If we want to.
These selling milkshakes at ramen joints? I
no,
tell you, what'll they think of next?
Oh, no, just noodles still.
Oh.
Can you all
just give us 1 second, if you would?
Yeah, that's fine. We'll and
Huddle.
the huddle opening over there.
I'll just wrap my arms around everybody.
Do they have their meetings with noodles instead of milkshakes? What is the world coming to since we stopped using our powers?
Things have certainly changed. Not necessarily for the better, but
no,
changed.
Noodles? Well, that's a whole meal and it makes a mess and you can't talk while you're trying to eat them. A nice milkshake you sip on, you enjoy. Sugary keeps you in the conversation. Just
did we?
Oh, yeah, yes, yeah.
Just, some people want to have a whole meal before combat. Not everybody wants milkshake.
All right. You're right.
Sometimes you just got to carve up.
Did we only win our battles due to being on a sugar high?
100%. Has it been 30 years and you didn't figure that together? Why do you think I always insisted on the milkshakes?
I'm diabetic.
Oh my god!
Feels like potentially my fault, if I'm being honest.
No, it's quite all right. It's quite all right. Yeah, the point is taken. Yes.
All right, let's go to noodles. Oh god, I'm never gonna get used to this. All right, we'll go to the noodle place.
And break.
Yep.
Noodles.
I was actually about to say, as all of you start making your way back together, have a moment and agree to go talk at the noodle place. like now is a perfect time that as
Oh!
everyone orders, we should have a actual quick break.
Great.
Sure.
All right,
Excellent.
we're gonna be
I
right
figure
back.
it's been like almost hour 30.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
yeah.
It's about
We'll
an
go
hour
ahead
and a half.
and go to break real quick, and
See
we'll
you
be back
shortly.
to see what happens when you put this many magical powered individuals in one place.
Can't be good.
It'll be fun.
Nah.
We'll be back.
This is
Can't
fine.
be good.
Totally.
back! Hi, everybody.
Oh my god! Welcome back to this beautiful disaster. Imagination. That said, let's go ahead and get back into the game because I'm eager to see what nightmare awaits us next. As you all kind of have yourself sat down, enjoying a nice hot cup of ramen, maybe not enjoying it as much as some of the others, Susan. Kind of thinking about what you could have had, what could have been, if these kids these days were smarter about their pre-game snacks. But discussions begin. So, obviously, these kids, some are a little starstruck, others are completely confused, and even more are like, ooh, ramen.
I mean,
So, how long have you kids had your powers?
The one who had previously been like a Frankenstein's monster sort of uniform, now in like hair up in buns, relatively like honestly kind of preppy looking, looks towards you and goes, 2 weeks.
Oh, what? Sorry, I'm so sorry. Sorry,
She said
I'm trying not to
2
make.
weeks.
This is a very Thank you, Grungel.
It's a period of 14 days, yes.
a fortnight.
And
Yes.
we're already bringing in the. Okay, well, that's fine, totally fine, because we're gonna solve it right now.
I mean, you made quick work. That thing couldn't have been that bad, right?
Oh,
Well,
it took like 9 months of us having our powers before those things started showing up, and they were still smaller than that one.
Like for real?
yeah.
Oh.
Do you? How much do you know about where your powers come from?
Well, and you know the individual who was previously wearing the armor and has the backpack. Of course, there's well, we all had the dream, the awakening, where we were tested, and
Mm-hmm.
but that from there, that's I was told they didn't know.
So this isn't going to be easy to hear, but the truth is that the powers are the problem.
What do you mean?
See, yeah. They're the only way to stop those things once they come through,
Right.
but they're also the reason they come through in the first place. You see, we all had the dream and the tests and all of that. We did that. We were good at it too. Until we weren't, you know. And we lost one of ours, and I just don't want to see that happen to you kids, you know. And after we lost her, we learned some stuff, and it turns out that these powers are not free, you know. Whatever gives them to us is actually running from those things. And every single time you use your power to, I don't know, kill a monster, or even just, you know, send a mall cart hurtling 30 feet across the floor.
It's quite well done. Very well done indeed.
Thanks.
Yes.
It was a good. I hadn't sent a mall cart flying in years. It was great. But even little things like that, yeah. Even little things like that, they call those things, you know. And then you got to fight them, and yeah, it's great. You can fight them for a while because they're, you know, they're little, or they're, you know, they look like that, and it just takes some time. But like every time that they come through, they get a little bit stronger, you know.
Is this
And,
the part where we get a cool, uplifting training montage together and
No,
you
just
show us how to
research.
better control this?
Oh,
No.
No.
No. You're on. If we were on our own, you should be glad we found you.
Yeah, I want to be real clear about this because I realize that I sort of buried it in a whole sad story, but like, you all can't use your powers anymore. One of us died.
Well, not today, but like long ago.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, it was a long time ago, but it feels very fresh, let me
Yeah.
tell you. Thank
We
you,
thought
Grungel.
all of you died.
What do you
What?
mean?
Thanks,
No.
Grungel.
Yeah,
You all just disappeared.
and
One day, fighting above us,
huh?
and then gone.
Yeah, and what else happened after we were gone?
I'm getting it.
Listen, I know it's not easy.
So-
I mean, ask any one of us. I mean, Timothy, you used to have a blast with your powers outside of fights.
It was quite fun. Yes, but
You know what the best indicator of being fun is when you say you're quite fun. You know,
Yes.
that's really like immediately you know it's a fun guy.
It's a
uh,
good show.
are you children familiar with Newton?
No.
Oh God, what are they
Rather-
teaching? Oh my God, I can't. I gotta take a walk.
Newton.
Rather famous,
My children are in this system. I can't.
rather a famous physicist who postulated that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction, but it goes much deeper than that. The substance and the energy of the universe is such that for everything, for every energy, for every combination of matter, there is an opposite standing in opposition because it must. And every time these powers are used, it is a beacon to that opposition. It must come. There is nothing else for it, and it learns and it adapts, drawn together inexorably by that terrible gravity, the relationship between us and them. At some point, someone is going to have to stop. There is no montage. There is no uplifting speech. There is simply stopping.
Like, completely?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I like drawing glitter and be magical all the time, but it's dangerous.
So you're saying all of the people the other day, that was us in some way.
Look, you did not know better, but yeah.
That's a lot to take in.
Yeah, it doesn't ever really get any easier. Look, I know this sucks. You got cool powers. You want to use them, but
I can set myself on fire. Like, that's awesome.
I mean,
know
you can
you
do that
would-
without magic.
I mean, I
Grungel,
probably
no.
should, Grungel.
Grungel, no, bad idea. Look, you probably read comic books. You probably think that's really cool. But
Aren't they
now
doing
that
that
you
on
know-
TikTok?
Oh my god.
What's a TikTok? Remember, I live in the
You
forest.
sound like
Yeah,
a
that's fair. That's fair. Yes.
I live in the forest. Me and Fenris and my Drake friend whenever they come by. But what is like? Look, I got a phone because you made me get one.
Barely get service. There's like one tower out there.
I
Lean
like a
over.
satellite.
I lean over. I lean over to the girl with the backpack that I've been talking to, and I'm like, she
Yeah.
still hasn't figured it out. She still yells as if we have to be able to hear her from far away.
Wow, I can hear you right now, Susan.
See, you don't have to speak that loud to be heard.
I wasn't loud. You want me to be loud? I'm a dragon. I can be
Well,
loud.
I mean, when we're on the phone, we've lost the
All
thread.
of the
You're
kids are
doing
like, no, no,
something-
no, 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 no.
Mom,
Susan,
stop
juice box.
barking.
Susan, juice box.
Oh, God damn it! I left my water outside. Hold on. I don't have my prop. It's very important.
It's very important. Oh my goodness.
How do you eat with those sticks?
Oh
There's
no.
it takes like up to this point of Grungel just stabbing at the noodles before the owner of the stand just steps forward, just holding a fork, like,
Go.
this goes back by. There is obviously a lot of mixed reactions between these kids. It goes without saying. But in general, they seem to at least believe you. They seem to at least trust you, but they're not sure how to feel. It's a surprise. And they kind of take a moment. They're like, just give me, and they step away, and they're obviously talking and having a nostalgic powwow before they come back up and go, how do we get out? What do we do?
Stop using your powers.
Yep. Like, just be like a normal person.
And the suits aren't gonna care. They're not gonna.
What suits?
Yeah.
Well, the city officials who previously, when you all left,
Mhm.
there was some tension, but they couldn't force you to do anything with them. At least not at that time.
Wait a minute. What are you saying? They're like forcing you to do this?
Well, no.
Do we have to speak with their manager?
I mean, I don't know.
I'm so
the
proud of you,
manager.
Grungel.
I
That's
know.
Susan's
I've learned to
job.
like resolve things without violence.
I'm so proud of you.
I'll talk to their manager.
I guess I could find out. I mean, we usually go talk to them when something like this happens, so.
You know what? Let us take you there. It's been a long fight. We can. One of us has a car, I guess.
Susan's totally got a car.
Yeah. Oh, it's a mini.
It's
obviously
a
a minivan.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
What
I-
just out of curiosity,
a
what's the
bike.
license plate?
Oh.
Because I love throwing people into improv.
Yeah,
If you
it's
say Karen, I
definitely.
quit.
Mhm.
No. It's. Hang on, I'm trying to figure out how to. It's
Yeah.
MMYJ. Okay, it's MMYJUICE.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna
Okay.
remember that.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Well.
Wow.
And it's got a bumper sticker that says "Will break for Chardonnay" or some shit.
Correct.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
excellent.
Correct.
Yeah.
Does it also have like, like the awful like family stickers where it's like descending in size and a
It
dog
does,
or
but
two?
they're a little dark because, like, I don't know, the car's been through some things. So, like, some of the stickers, some of the family bumper stickers are a little scorched, a little this and that. It's
Oh my
fine.
god.
It's fine.
Incredible.
Susan lives a totally normal life not using her powers. It's fine.
Never once. Especially not to resolve any sort of issues with the school board.
Nope.
Jokes
And I
aside.
just look at Susan.
I'll drive. All right.
It's probably by this time that you all find yourself kind of like climbing into the car, like the kids like
Are
still kind of taken
climbing.
aback. Yeah, literally for you. But before you all manage to load up and get ready, you
Oh.
see it.
No.
It took it a moment. But whatever wave you all made coming back
Yeah. No.
was a lot more of a pulse than these kids have in the past few weeks. And you see another one of those rifts tear open high in the sky above the cityscape. And another. And another.
Oh no.
And one seems to split open, almost drowning out a good portion of the sky, the clouds passing in front of it. This is the first time you've ever been able to look towards one of them and see something more than just stars and whatever creature lays on the other side. This time, the first thing you notice is what appears to be a very large eye, almost staring through, followed very quickly by what appears to be a massive gargantuan shark that seems to break through the veil and swim through the sky as if it was water. A sort of elegance that would be beautiful if not for the horrific multitude of hands that emerge from its maw, prizing the great beast's mouth open as a beam of energy explodes forth from it. Destructive rays, and it's not alone. Towering legs like that of a spider connected to the opening of another great nautilus shell spear through a building as it steps down. Cephalopods with colossal translucent eyes for heads hang from space rock that drifts through the openings. And from the biggest portal, what appears to be the haunting, screaming chorus of that of a sickened whale breaks through, a familiar sight. Not the same one, but not unlike that you last faced so long ago. And they just start to spread.
Okay, maybe one more time with the powers.
Maybe. Speaking of powers, thank you,
Uh-oh.
Dr. Nero, for that $50 donation, which is a poll of deck of many things. And the comment here is, whatever caused most chaos, pull that. So,
Ha! Ha 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 ha! Well,
Okay. So I won't choose a card, but I will choose the most chaotic moment for somebody to pull a
Great.
card.
okay.
You know
Seems
it's
fair.
coming.
Well,
So there is that moment, this rumbling in the air, the call that you have felt, a connection between your power and the outer sea. A familiar sensation, but stronger now, almost unbearably so. Instinctually, you probably all find yourself ready to use your powers again. As you stare at all of these streaks in the sky like great claw marks through old wallpaper. It's nightmarish in a way to see so many old foes and new alike, whether they're just other forms of them or ones that managed to escape you long ago. But it's you and 4 kids who have no fucking clue what they're doing. What are we doing? Thankfully,
Stay
none
in the
of these
car.
creatures- Stay in the car. Thankfully, none of these creatures have made it too close to your immediate area.
I'm not sure I
So
can
you
get out of
have
the car
a
anymore.
moment to. Sure, you're stuck. You have a moment to discuss, to plan, to choose what your next steps are. But as you stare at that eye across through that rift, you get the feeling that for the first time you might be looking at either the biggest one you've ever seen or maybe a source. And for once,
damn.
after the things come through, they're not closing.
We have to deal with it, right? We can't just like go away. That's like just not nice.
Yeah. And they don't seem to be going anywhere.
And I still got glitter, and I'm gonna.
Oh no. Oh.
it take forever to get out of my skills.
Sorry.
Everywhere.
I'm so angry.
I'm
Is your secret,
Uh-huh.
Timothy, is your secret that you're always angry?
No, I wish it were so, but no. Oh, I look like I've been dragged through a strip club. Oh dear.
Hey,
What
that's
is the-
not a bad
What is
thing.
that?
Not willingly
Yeah,
dragged
no.
through.
Right, yeah. Dragged on the floor through, I wouldn't want to be dragged through either.
If we make it through this, you'll figure it out.
Excellent.
Okay.
Mm. Well-
I mean, I don't know. The kids shouldn't fight, right?
No, they should not.
Why not?
You can see the one that catches on fire slowly start catching on fire in your van, like.
Okay, all right, sir. Listen. There is no smoking in my car.
Sorry.
Wait, it's on fire. That's not smoke.
But he.
It starts slowly catching on fire again. I like loopholes.
I.
All right.
I have a
So-
quick question, and it's more of, will you let me do something as a rule of cool?
Oh, totally. Let's talk.
I have gem flight, but I manifest spectral wings. It's not supposed to last very long. But basically, it lets me fly as fast as I can walk, and I can hover. But I have a plan, so I would need a rule of cool to kind of have the wings stick around.
I'm totally cool for that. I will.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to seeing what this is because I have a thought about it, what it might be.
Maybe.
I might be way off, but I'm excited either way.
All right.
So I'm totally fine with them sticking around then.
All
So
right. Cool.
fire guy still slowly catching on fire. I guess we never introduced ourselves. Hi, I'm Wallace, by the way.
I'm Grungel.
It's nice to. I know. Anyway, I think we should start blasting. It's probably great, right?
No.
Need a
No.
plan.
I don't.
Start blasting isn't a plan.
No.
Got it.
Just look at the amount of people we have, and look at what's out there.
We're like
Pretty
we're
big.
like demigods, right?
No.
No.
No. You
No.
remember how when we were having See, this is the problem. If you'd had some sugar, you would have remembered everything we talked about, including how our friend died.
Sugar makes me smart.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
But
well,
the little Naruto fish things, those were quite good. I really liked those.
Yeah,
The what things?
yeah, they are.
The Naruto, the swirly thing, those were quite lovely.
they were nice. The individual who has the backpack and where the armor previously speaks up. Pepper, I'm sort of the de facto leader, I guess.
Oh. I'm so sorry, Pepper.
Me too. While start blasting is definitely not a plan, we have to do something. I mean, and we're here. We can't just sit in your van, Susan.
All right. You think you all can close those rifts?
We can try.
I turn to look at my cohort. You think we can keep them busy while these kids close those rifts?
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I'm best at.
Quite so.
Give us a few minutes to get their attention. Stay quiet. Don't take any chances. Slip behind them. Do your thing. Do
Okay.
not engage.
Don't engage. Got it.
They're
They all
so
start scrambling out of the
unengaged.
car and immediately start powering, and you can tell this is terrifying, but also probably the most exciting thing these kids
Yeah.
have ever done and probably
Yeah.
will ever do.
Well,
Color-coded cannon fodder.
Hopefully that's us, right? Anyway, that's Susan's plan.
Hopefully.
I'm going to tell Fenris to stick with Timothy and Grungel and fight while I do my rule of cool thing where these silver and blue wings pop out and they're spectral.
Okay.
And I just kind of look at Susan, look at the others. I've got an idea, but I may not make it back.
Do you care to share?
And I just point toward the eye and I pat my bow.
Oh, that will do it. Yes.
Yeah.
It's at this point that you point towards and you see that rift tears open bigger and more things begin to crawl out around the side of it like spiders coming from an open hole in a wound.
If I may, I have something that might help. I'm going to point and cast haste.
Ooh. Nice.
Nice.
Handy.
You got this. I'm gonna give you my tiara.
Oh.
Oh.
Just bring it back, okay?
I make sure it fits in my horns and won't fall off.
Perfect. Okay. So, what are we doing? What's the plan?
I think just making as much noise as possible, right? What you got, Grungel? What do you got, Grungel?
Well, I was gonna ask, does your van have extended warranty?
Well, honey, that ship has long since sailed.
Okay. Does it have
yeah.
insurance?
But that's all right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's fine.
Okay,
Like,
so that means that we can ram the thing with the van.
Oh yeah. Oh, that sounds great. Yeah.
Theoretically, Vixie, being a rule of cool, if you want to pick up a van and take it through there with you, I would totally let you get away with it.
Oh my god.
Pick up the van.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
So I just gotta look at Susan and go, eh?
You know, we've been thinking about, the kids have been saying that the minivan is just not very cool. So maybe this is a good opportunity. Go for it.
I think this wood on the side is very cool.
Luckily, your insurance plan does cover destruction by astrolings. You got it long enough ago that it's still they were still like cool with it. You were
You're gonna
good.
regret this, and I'm gonna enjoy this claim.
Oh yeah.
That gecko is amazing.
All right, then you see this dragonborn kind of claw into the roof of the van and just shoot off toward the eye.
My question is it just you in the van, Vixie, or is this a payload full of everybody else?
I thought everyone got out of the van.
I'm not sure. That's up to y'all.
I mean, do you want to drop a Grungel bomb on him?
You know what?
I wasn't gonna assume Grungel.
Yeah, because I have to maintain concentration on this haste, I'm inside the van, and it's playing the Kids Bop version of Through the Fire and the Flames.
Oh, you found my tape deck.
Oh, it's lovely. It's really lovely.
Van still uses 8 tracks.
Yeah.
and because okay. You know that I'm throwing this through the rift, right?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I don't want to throw.
Oh, you're not talking about the car. You're talking about the people in it. Yeah, I can see how
Yeah,
that might be a stopper.
yeah.
One last ride?
No,
Listen,
no.
sort of how this is feeling, if I'm honest. So
I call dibs on Vin Diesel in this scenario.
yes,
Family.
My God.
nightmare.
Just be ready to jump out. Be ready to jump out.
All right.
So, because it's probably good to establish before we get too far, before I assume that we are blasting towards the rift, I think the only one of you that can fly is Vixie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not in the car.
Okay, you're not. You didn't.
No.
So presumably the rifts are pretty high up there in the sky.
That's where I was going.
So that's where you're going.
Why are you with me? Can't you
I
see
have
me
to
and
stay in range
concentrate?
of you.
Oh.
This is
No,
gonna
it's
be
30
fun.
feet.
It's alright. I can be like
Um,
like those big cushions for like movies that like absorb people when they fall for Timothy. So we're good.
Good.
Oh
Wait,
my
what?
God.
You're going to absorb me? Wait, what?
Yeah.
I know it's after
Thankfully-
dark.
Yeah.
But come on now.
Yeah. Thankfully, it does seem like the newcomers all can fly, but expecting them to catch you might be putting a little bit of faith in them. So depending
it's
on whether or
fine.
not you want to bail out or just see what's on the other side, up to
You know
y'all.
what? Witness me. Let's go.
Yep,
Oh,
I believe in my ability.
All right.
And there's
Oh,
a
we're
chance
going
that
through.
my wild magic will make me fly. So
Oh my god.
True. Did you get a wild magic
Wow.
surge
yeah,
while I wasn't looking?
Warfan gave me a wild magic surge.
All right. You know what? Okay, so Susan, are you going with them on this ride into the fire and the flames, or are you gonna
Y'all
hang
have
out with
fun,
the kids?
Well, no, I mean, I guess if they're going through, I need to go with them.
All right.
We sent the kids to the rift to close it, and we were gonna but this plan works. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of rifts. They could probably close the smaller ones and hopefully leave you a way out.
Great. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go.
this couldn't go well, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But you're going anyway because you love your friends. At least mostly. Well, this was not how I saw this going, but I'm thrilled. Regardless, Vixie, are you going to grab that van and just start kids bopping your way through the sky?
I guess so. I mean, I was just gonna go for it and try to take the eye out, but here's where we are now.
Here's where we go. Okay. So, first and foremost, I believe that there was actually a deck of many things pulled for the kids.
No.
Oh,
So, as you're all blasting off, let's see what happens.
such a Team Rocket moment.
It truly is. I'm kind of thrilled.
Oh, we have a fuzzy. Hello,
The
fuzzy.
Okay. That could be worse.
Oh,
You watch. Oh, hello. I was reading. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, Cider really wanted attention, so
No,
please
don't be
continue.
Sorry. Such a good kid.
Cider's part of the game now.
Yes, canon. You now have a magical familiar cat that floats around you with your powers. That we're just keeping that now, I guess. But thankfully, you see as you all begin literally flying off in a van together. One of the crazier things you've done in your later years. You watch one of the kids use their magic, and that general air, something's off. There is a general uncertainty to your powers at the moment, so close in proximity to whatever this is, and it seems to be affecting them as well. But thankfully, as they begin to shift and transform, you watch Pepper, the individual with the armor, shift and get a +2 to strength and just go, oh! That's the last thing you see. Good shit, I guess. As you blast through towards the rift, as you begin getting closer, Vixie, there are a number of the creatures that begin literally swimming through the air towards you. You're pretty deft on your wings and able to dodge them, but you see so many, countless more right ahead of you and through the rift. And as you pass, it's weird. Crossing the veil for the first time since you've seen them, it's almost like belly flopping. All momentum is lost as you collide. It's like water, but you can breathe. It's different. Looking around, you see all of these same rifts open in space, but on the other side this time. Past them, around you, is nothing but space. It's strange to watch the kids fly off behind you, the sound of explosions and fighting and fear and the air of your home fading behind you. For now, you'll have to trust them. Stars lay in front of you like an endless sea, broken by swirls of dust and rock, and what appears to be that giant, great eye, bigger and closer than any planet you'd seen before. Before it, honestly, a laughably small chunk of stone drifts, checkered like a chessboard, bits of it floating into space. A figure of some sort laying upon it. You've lost your momentum. It's slow now. What are you planning to do?
Can I tell who this figure is?
Make a perception check. And since you're a ranger, go ahead and do it at advantage.
Alrighty.
Every ranger has space as their favorite terrain anyway.
Oh yeah, totally.
I've actually. How do I have an? Okay, I've got a -1 on perception. I don't know how that happened.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, my
It's-
wisdom is low. That's why.
Ah, that would do it. It's all the trees. You're not
job,
really
man.
looking around much, right? You're listening.
Thankfully, the advantage gives me a 17.
Okay. You can't make out many details of them, but they are humanoid of some kind.
Like earthling humans.
Kind of, yeah. They have 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head, and they seem to be slumped onto some piece of stone, just kind of almost in a seated position.
Like they're being used almost like a battery.
Could be.
Huh. And I veered over a little bit and called to the others. Can one of you check on them?
Do you have binoculars in your purse?
What?
Like, do you have like things like to see further in your purse, Susan?
Look in the glove box.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I can reach from the backseat, I guess.
For all those reconnaissance missions.
Yeah.
Yeah, just it's under the napkins. Nope, under those napkins. Nope, under those napkins.
Oh,
The brown
That's the one.
ones?
okay.
Yep, that's the one.
Okay.
Giant manual for the van that no one
Yeah.
has ever read.
Never.
It's a little plastic.
4 copies of the registration. So, assuming you have some binoculars, go
Yes.
ahead and give me a perception check, Grungel.
They're tiny.
At this point, Vixie, while Grungel is taking a look, are you pulling closer towards the
Well,
platform?
Yeah, but I'm doing it in a way where I can kind of pull back if anything
Totally.
if anything jumps off.
well, I think I may have them like the wrong way around because that is technically a 0.
Oh!
Wow.
Because I have a
You
-1 to my
see
wisdom.
a bunch of really like tiny things in the distance, and like you're trying to look for whatever you're supposed to look at, but then you just end up kind of like looking out there and you're like, there's so many specks of light. It's wild. It's very colorful, honestly.
Well,
What do you see, Grungle?
So pretty.
All right.
Yeah, right.
Wow. Grungle, do you see the people I pointed out?
No, I see pretty lights.
Those would not be the people.
I mean,
No.
maybe I'm not using them right. Timothy, do you want to look?
Very well. I'll give it a shot.
Go ahead and give the roll.
Maybe I need
Perception,
to
you said?
Yeah,
Okay.
incredible.
That is a 20.
Okay. You see that person, and you're closer now than when Vixie first took a look as well. They definitely, as Vixie had potentially mentioned, they seem humanoid in shape. And as you draw closer, there are more details that seem to be made out. Longer hair, a familiar uniform.
Oh no.
Do I recognize this individual?
There is a certain level of recognition, but you can't be sure. But you do have
no.
a sneaking feeling.
Oh.
This may be nothing. But Susan, here, and I hand over the binoculars.
We're just going around.
Yep.
I love it.
No, I could just fly closer. I hope you know that.
It's really true.
Oh, well, the lens lids are still on, so that's part of the problem.
I saw clearly, though. I saw.
You always did have an active imagination.
Oh dear.
I just start flying closer instead of random bicker.
It does not take you long, even given the molassesy movement of this sort of location, before you can pull towards the area. And at this distance, sure enough, you see an individual, a figure resting upon a piece of rock, upon what appears to be almost a throne of carven material.
No.
The power that floats within this space, that emanates from the great stone-like eye beyond it. Undeniably the same power, but the creatures that have been wreaking havoc upon your city, your world, wield against you. You see a fraction of it spiral from the timeless energy, like mist, and enter the form before you. As you see that a semblance of life return to what was likely once Weaver.
Oh boy.
Their form begins to shift, their hand twitches, and they grip the edge of the chair as they come to a full seated position, their long hair unfurling, shimmering like stars. Their skin, for a moment, turns translucent, revealing a skeletal system, then dark, turning to just that of waves of stars that seem to shift as their gleaming pink eyes turn towards you.
I am very glad we're near whatever this is, because I would have dropped the car in shock.
It lands pretty firmly on the rock.
Oh, I didn't drop it. I was just
okay.
We were I was close to just putting it down.
Yeah.
But it goes maybe a couple feet.
Yeah, okay. So
and
it manages to land relatively softly.
And I'm on top of it and I'm just staring at Weaver like, no. This can't be. No.
Do any of you say anything to her?
I get out of the van.
Hey!
Timothy just stares, and there are very clearly pronounced tears just streaking down his face.
It's interesting. They sort of cock their head to the side, and there is a voice for the first time from any of these presences that ring out towards you. Not even a hello.
We thought you were dead? We're a little bit in shock right now.
Partially correct. Weaver is a part of the sea now.
I don't like it.
None of us do.
It's good you came.
Oh.
We've been looking to talk for some time. After all, you were the first who figured it out and actually made the right move. Why are you back?
Why are you?
We are always here, hunting. Not for you, but for it. We never left. We simply had no way to find our way back to you. Even your friend now understands. Though maybe not in the way we would have preferred.
I just look at Susan.
Susan's still in the car. She hasn't like moved since we got into line of sight with the friend here. Sort of staring blank face straight forward.
Hmm. Well, I'm still on top of the car.
She has helped us realize a many thing about you. We would like this discussion to go well.
Then I really only have one question for you in regards to what was my friend. Did she have a choice?
A choice. I'd like to say yes, but it was in the end the choice between oblivion or us.
Hmm.
A choice indeed, but not one that we may call fair.
So a Hobson's choice, then, is it? DM, I would like to do something for the rule of cool.
Yes, please.
I understand my wish is limited.
Yes.
May I change a moment with said wish?
Yes.
I wish we never got the calling and never got the dreams.
Okay. Do you wish that specifically for you four, or you five, I suppose, including Weaver, or do you wish that for
All of us,
okay, even the kids?
even the
below?
kids.
Okay.
Time is a progression of moments, and that is the one I am changing.
So the rest of you see as Timothy, Sage, begins to weave what is probably his greatest creation, using the power that he still has. Almost instinctually, you know what this will do. Do any of you three stop him?
No.
I know Timothy's smarter than me, so what if he's doing something? It's probably a good decision.
Okay. Susan?
No, I don't think I do. I think Susan has about 100,000 questions that by the time she pulls herself together enough to think to ask, it's too late.
I see. Okay. Well, what I will do for you, since we do have a bit of time left in the stream, is this is cool. There's a whole I'm delighted by this to be able to shred my combat encounter and put it to the side. This is fascinating. I like it. And in that moment, Sage, Timothy, everything seems to close and the space becomes almost hollow, and all of the rifts behind you shut. However, you have not left immediately. You still stand here as you are, and the Weaver, who you now know to be the sea itself, the outer sea, looks towards you and says, "I'm surprised. You are willing to sacrifice that much for us? Do you even understand?"
No, and that's rather the point, isn't it? We don't know. We're fumbling in ignorance and trying to do the best we can with what we have, and in the meantime, we have sacrificed childhoods, a friend, and we know it's wrong, and yet we kept doing it until it took someone dying to course correct. At some point, someone has to stop. And the only way I could see this to cease was to have never been.
You have earned our respect, all of you. The first to do so. And you look down, you see that you are beginning to fade almost. In the time we have left, allow a reward. You will not remember, but ask what questions you will.
Is everyone else there as well?
Yes,
Good.
all four of you. Now is your chance. No boss. I love this. This is cool, actually. Now is your chance to ask any questions you might have about this.
Can we have the powers without the cost?
No.
Oh, well. Can my dog keep talking?
It would be nice. Let's hope.
Don't worry, I think you're still gonna be magical without powers.
Before we arrived, there was some semblance of magic on your home. I hope that whatever there is does find you. Does anyone have any other questions for it?
So, Susan, you're being quiet.
I kind of dip my head over the edge of the car and check on Susan because normally she talks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
Just
you okay?
chugging wine right now.
through it. Yeah, exactly right. She's come back enough that she just but very casually just reach over. So if you don't come here to chase the power, you'll go elsewhere. It will go elsewhere.
Correct.
Where is it now?
Many places, but most strongest at the moment here. You have felt it. It is aware of this conflict. It's been affecting you the whole time. Shifts, changes, positive or negative.
How do you stop it?
We seek to find it and sever it at its core. But the only way to know for sure is to access it. Unfortunately, it is no longer here in front of us. But that does mean you survive.
Yeah.
Our timeless quest will continue.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think I might go with them.
I'm sorry, what?
Mom.
Yeah, I mean, everything's gonna be different now, and I know it's been a long time. I don't know how well you all remember me before the powers, but I don't think my life is gonna look anything like the one I built if I don't have those memories to turn me into this Susan. I mean,
To join us would be to keep yourself, but also lose yourself amongst our thousands of voices. It is not a decision to be made lightly.
no, no, of course not. But we spent so long fighting you and with the power, and it caused us so much pain in the end. And these kids here the same thing would have happened to them. And it's gonna happen to wherever else this power goes. And I don't understand why you all are so desperate to rid the universe of it and all of that. But I do know how much this conflict can ruin lives. And so if I can help you make it last just a little bit shorter, if I don't have to, I already started over once, and I know we all had a hard time with it, but I just don't know if I can do it again.
The presence that takes the form of your friend begins to climb from the throne and step its way across the rock towards you. We are desperate, and will not say no. We are what you would call a hive mind, a collection of voices brought together into one, learning and growing with every connection. We are the will of countless universes this power destroyed, given form.
Well, maybe if I get to add my consciousness to all that, maybe a few fewer lives will be ruined. Plus, you'll get a taste for Chardonnay.
I do not know what that means.
Oh, buckle up, bucko. You're in for it.
It extends its hand towards you through the car's body.
Before like Mom goes, I'm gonna go hug Mom, I'm gonna miss you.
Oh, you'll be all right. We actually haven't seen each other in a very long time.
I know, I'm gonna be alright, and I have to, stay because when Timothy moves, he's not gonna be able to move that couch alone.
Yeah,
so
that's
he
true.
will need help. So I just want to. I mean, it's mostly empty now, but I think it's mostly in your van now. But here's my bag of glitter, so that you remember me by. I'll remember you, Mom.
Oh, thanks, Grungel.
I come forward and I very gently take Susan's face in my hands and stare into her eyes. Are you sure about this?
Wow!
Well, I wasn't, but I am now.
I don't know where it came from. It was
It
not
came
me.
from me. It was me.
What the fuck?
There's a real bad storm outside, and that one felt like it was right outside the window.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
alright.
couldn't tell if that was a thunder, someone dropping sheet metal, or a gunshot.
it was thunder.
I've heard all three on a stream before through somebody's mic, so...
Wow.
Yes, I am very sure. It seems that somebody's saying yes, so I don't know.
Go!
Yeah, exactly. Listen, I don't think I could turn back if I wanted to. I'm gonna get smitten.
Holy
Smelted.
shit.
Smitten? It doesn't matter.
Smoked.
I'm just like, sorry, the timing was too perfect.
Oh, it was perfect. No, it was perfect.
Incredible.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I'm pretty sure, Vixie.
I just gotta look around going, okay, I get it, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly right. Okay.
For the record,
Look,
that
get
is
it?
not us.
Look, I have a feeling it's where I got my powers from for lightning. They're sending me a message.
That's right.
And I actually give Susan a tender kiss on the forehead
Aw.
and give her one of my daggers.
Oh. Look, here's the thing. They give us magic powers, anything's possible. So once we're done, if I can find a way back, I'll come back.
I know. And I know that I'm not always the most easy to get along with, but I'm gonna miss you.
I'll miss you too. I'll miss all of you. But
Susan,
oh.
if
And
I may. No, go ahead.
No, I look to what was Weaver. I'm like, if you hurt her, I will know.
If we wanted to, we still could not. A part of us would never let us get away with it.
Timothy's gonna look at Susan. Say, if there is any of you that survives, I won't gainsay your choice. I will simply say that I believe you're wrong, and I hope you're right. Because we're more than our abilities. Who we are, who we transform into, regardless of how things play out, is the sum total not of our choices, but how we live with those choices. So you'll still be Susan in this or any other timeline.
Thanks, Timothy. I'm gonna hold on to that for as long as I can.
As your hand touches, that same power seems to flow through you. At first, it's strange, and it feels much like when you first came to your powers. And then it almost feels familiar and warm. And you are the only one that sees what you could assume is the consciousness of Weaver, as she had appeared so many years ago, pull you into a hug. As the rest of you watch Susan sort of dissipate. And it's strange. For a moment, you see the figure that looks sort of like Weaver, this echo, shed a singular tear. If we have learned anything from our time with you, it will be compassion. Unless anyone else has any burning questions.
Dibs on the van.
Then there's nothing left to ask. Then you will all begin to fade.
Grungel just hope he's gonna be able to remember his friend with a different timeline and things. You know he will.
Well, like that then. All of you find yourselves leaving this place, watching a reel of your lives almost in reverse. Bits and pieces of it being picked apart by some magic. Some remaining, some not. And for a moment, you feel almost a sort of respect, almost a sort of pride from the power that came to you before it is no longer with you. And the school bell rings on a warm summer day. 4 friends meet. Interestingly, something feels a bit like it's missing. You're not sure why. Weaver, Grungel, Timothy, and Vixie. Something feels different. Something feels lost. But for the rest of your lives, no matter when you look to the sky, there's always a feeling like somebody's looking out for you. And that's where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's one shot.
Whew.
That was really interesting.
Wow.
I did not expect the witch to be used that way, and that was really cool.
Look, we went like from starting from shenanigans right into the fucking fields. What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the goal for writing this one shot was very much to make like a pseudo magical girl plot, so I had to have that kind of twist at the end. Something that I will tell everybody just for funsies. Rafiki came to me and was like, let's do how do you feel about doing donation incentives? And I was like, that's a great idea. I have some in mind. And as I was setting them up and writing the session, I got the idea to basically turn the power that came to all of you into Twitch chat. So if you noticed, yeah, the Outer Sea was referring to it as a presence that has destroyed worlds for its own entertainment. So that's where all of the different donations incentives were coming from. So technically, you all got to take part tonight.
Wow, I didn't ask for this meta to come by and slap
Yeah.
me. Jesus.
Yeah, right? I hope you guys had a lot of fun, though. Everybody
Ugh.
watching, everybody playing.
Yeah, I had fun until that
Yeah.
revelation. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But hey,
Wow.
you still people can still donate. We're like $40 away from the new
Yeah,
goal.
you know what?
Oh,
Go get in there. $40. We still have time for plugs. We said we were gonna plug at the end, right? Tell me
Yeah,
about
yeah,
your
yeah.
orphan cannon. I think it was an orphan cannon.
it's the orbital orphan cannon, the
Orbital
Mach 5
orphan
Annie.
cannon.
Yes, geosynchronous orbits to strike any and all targets globally at any time at my choosing. You know, on bad days.
Is today a bad day?
No, not yet.
All
Twitch
right.
chat, indeed.
Uh,
The chat giveth and the chat taketh away.
mhm,
hmm
mhm, mhm.
We're so close, y'all.
Yeah,
So
we
close.
Tell me, what's everybody up to? What's going on in life?
Oh, are we doing
Yeah,
outros
plugs.
and plugs?
Yeah, I guess we're doing plugs.
Let's do some plugs.
Any order or just anyone talk?
Let's go in reverse order from before. So I think that means we're gonna start with Pixie. So sorry, I'm still in DM mode. Let's talk with. Start with Todd.
God, what isn't happening? So, this week, Black Dice Society is counting down. 4 episodes remain for the series. We are back on Thursday. I will do my best to be there via hotel Wi-Fi. Thank you, Brian Cortijo. I appreciate you. Into the Motherlands comes back, but I'll leave that for Eugenio to talk about. And then Rivals comes back on October 16th. I'm the DM's chair. Send tots and pairs and a lot of alcohol. And I'm streaming on my own channel, doing all kind of creative and other stuff, gameplay. And if you're in LA, I'll be there for a week. And then if you're at TwitchCon, I'll be there. 3 of my panels are streamed, 2 are not. But follow on the tweeters. Name is, well, my Twitter handle isn't here. CYPHEROFTYR. I'll type in the chat. Same name everywhere. I'll be tweeting out when those panels are happening.
Awesome. So next, let's do Eugenio.
Hi, everybody. Some would have been all right. Hi, everybody. I'm Eugenio. You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch at DM Jazzy Hands. I stream a couple of days a week over there. We've been playing Control lately, having a great time, so come on over and hang out. Let's see what else we got going on. I have a D&D podcast. We've got a new episode coming out on Wednesday. It's called The Last Refuge. Check it out. Lots of backlog for you to catch up on. We are about to enter our 10th and final season for that campaign. October 5th, Wednesday, October 5th, which is way sooner than I want to calculate right now. Into the Motherlands is coming back for a 4th season. I'm going to be back as the storyteller. Tanya's coming back as Invicta. We have DJ Knight and Christina Ariel and Michael Sinclair II coming back as from previous seasons, and we're being joined by Gabe Hicks with a new character. I'm very excited about that. So we start on October 5th, Wednesdays on twitch.tv/cypher-of-tier. And then about a week and a half after that, the Rivals of Waterdeep come back with our 14th season. And yeah, check out the Twitters for all of those dates and links and all that good stuff. I think that's what I've got going on these days.
Awesome.
And Monday nights. Sorry, Monday nights, Familiar Quest over with Codename Entertainment on CNE Games. So yeah, that's
awesome. Thanks, Eugenio. Y'all are busy. Oh my God. Jesus. All right. Zero. Take it away.
Hey, you can find me pretty much everywhere online at Zerjester, XERJESTER, except on TikTok because someone took that name and they refused to relinquish it. I'm going to find you. You can catch me streaming 3 days a week, mostly games these days, except for Friday when we do the Artificer chat and share our wins. I am soon to be launching a new YouTube show called The Artificer's Lab, where I teach folks everything about all the creative pursuits I have in the TTRPG space, from writing for and running games to miniature painting to terrain crafting, prop manufacture, lighting, the works. So that is going to be launching up pretty soon. Beyond that, I'm I'm just drinking coffee, an alarming amount of coffee. I'm mostly coffee at this point. Thank you.
I feel that. And to close us off, Rafiki.
Hi, I'm Frank Rafiki. You can mostly find me here. That's where I do things. Outside of that, I don't do much. But you can, I do some music under my personal brand called Raven Skull Production, and that's pretty much all I do currently.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. I also want to say, I think
We hit
while we
the
were doing
goal!
plugs, yeah, we
hit
hit
the
it. I'm so proud of everybody. That's incredible. I may have put you in a pseudo antagonistic position tonight, Twitch chat, in the story, but you proved me wrong. You came out with $300. Oh my god.
Thank you.
So thank you, everybody. I'm super happy to have had this one shot. I had a great time, and I hope everyone enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, second year supporting Pablove Foundation, and I hope to support them again next year. It's my selfish birthday gift, so I want to thank everybody for all the wonderful people that share a table with me. With a blast. I hope to see you again and do more fuckery with you at some point in the future because I had so much fun.
Rafiki, I have to sing you the birthday song now.
No, you don't.
Can we do that on air?
Well,
Can
that's
that be a
going to be
live
end
thing?
stream now. Have a good night.
Oh no, Dick. I was like, can we embarrass Rafiki somehow?
And good night.
Derek tried for many years to embarrass me, so it's not going to work.
I'm still trying. I'll keep trying.
But thank you. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.